Hi there, welcome back. In the previous two videos, we've been talking about going from breakdown to breakthrough and the breakdown that we're seeing in our personal lives and in the world around us, and how breakdown is a process of, breaking through to something better, something new, that it's a part of a deeper transformation that's occurring. And as I mentioned in the last video, when we're in breakdown, we feel out of control, right? Because what was working is no longer working, and so it feels like a kind of a limbo. And we don't necessarily know what next step to take. We don't know how it's all going to turn out. And guess what? That's a good thing. Uncertainty is actually a good thing. So let's talk about that. Uncertainty is what? It's a feeling of being in the unknown. And the unknown is actually the place of our greatest co-creative potential. One of my favorite Einstein quotes is one that you're probably familiar with. And it says that no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. So when we're moving from breakdown to breakthrough, we're actually shifting our consciousness, okay? So the breakdown is pushing you or inviting you to change the way you see things, to change your nature in some way. And I believe that we're all in a state of transition right now, in an expansion of consciousness. And this means that the way we've been doing things is fundamentally changing as our consciousness expands. So let me give you an example. Our old way of creating is largely dependent on creating from what has happened in the past. So in other words, our brains analyze what has happened before, what worked, what didn't work, and then it tries to predict what will happen based on that data. And sure, sometimes that's really helpful. But it can also be very limiting when it comes to accessing potential. And this is what Einstein was referring to in that quote. In order to truly solve the problems we're facing, we must access solutions outside of what we already know. And I know that sounds kind of impossible. How can we find it if we don't yet know it? And that's why being in the unknown is good. The more we can meet the breakdown with an internal yes for yet unknown possibilities to emerge, the more powerful and impactful our new direction will be. And this isn't easy. I know it can almost feel counterintuitive, because when you're trying to create something new, for example, a dream or a vision for your life or for the world, your brain goes a little haywire. It goes into protective mode, and it can feel risky, scary, and even terrifying. But I invite you to start playing with this. The next time when you feel the fear of the unknown, for example, try to see it differently. See if you can find a place of curiosity instead, and say to yourself, I wonder what else is possible that I'm not yet seeing. And see if you can focus your thoughts and your emotions then, after that, on something that you'd really love to experience if the challenge were already handled, if it was already resolved. This is one of the keys of co-creation. And then see if you can let go of how to get there, but simply live into the unknown of it, right? Thank your brain for wanting to solve it, but then ask it to back down, to open up some space, a place of curiosity for what might be possible beyond what you can even imagine at this point. And you can even remind it that the greatest potential and creativity emerges from the unknown. But if you find that talking yourself off the ledge isn't enough, and I totally get that, then I'll post a link in the description below where I take you through a guided tapping video on fear of the unknown. And this will help calm your brain and nervous system using EFT tapping. And And if you're not familiar with that tool, no problem. There's another link that I'll put there that will introduce you to how and why EFT tapping works, okay? And if you're feeling like you really want to make some progress with this, some progress more quickly on what we've been talking about, then I'm going to open up a limited number of private free breakthrough sessions where we'll meet for about an hour, and I'll help you with wherever you feel stuck or uncertain so that you can move forward with what it is you want to co-create in your life. And I'll put that link below as well of how to book that. And as always, please share your comments and questions here or in the Facebook forum so we can continue to grow and expand and enter new territory together. And I'll see you there.